Now, taking a look at the A form bar chords, they're kind of hard to understand after doing the E form, where you went from the first fret of the E to the first fret of the F. Now, the A's, if you're doing the 1, 2, 3 fingering as in your open chord chart, you're playing 3 notes in a row on the same fret. Now, if I backed off and turned around and put my one finger on the nut of the guitar, pretending it's a bar chord, skipping the first fret, and then barring with my third finger, it takes a bit of a squeeze there, and we'll talk about that even more as we talk about the A form. I also am Xing off the first string, because I'm not going to strum it. If I did, I'm getting an extended voicing, the 6th note of the scale. I could have done 2, 3, 4. Then I would be allowed to use the first string. Same thing can happen if I go to another bar. But usually, people will only bar and not play that bottom first string except for another voicing like a minor. So what's happened with the 1, 2, and 3 is you moved up 1 fret, 2 frets, because A to B is a whole step apart. And if you did that, though, your number 5 string is going to have an odd sound, which is okay in some cases, using that bottom note as a drone note for certain rock things. You're going to turn around and have the 3 finger go over the 4 string, the 2, 4, 3, 2. And then your 1 finger really doesn't have to bar. In fact, here's what my bar sounds like for the major form. Hear all that muting? I'm just pushing down the 5th string. And then 2 frets away, my 3rd finger is barring the 4, 3, and 2. You're going to have to play with that a bit. I'm going to get a closer view. You're going to have to play with that and get used to doing that. Also, I like to explain that the thumb and the 3rd finger kind of push together. It's almost like turning the lid of a jar. So the thumb is pushing on the neck, and the 3 fingers pushing down all the 3 strings. Once again, touching the 1st string, don't worry about it. You'll learn how to strum so that you don't touch that or play that. You have to get used to finding out where the fingers are. So, bar a couple, bar 3. And once again, as you're barring on this, my finger's actually bending up and not getting the 1st string unless I actually angle back a bit with my elbow. Now if we turn around and went to a minor form of the A minor form, 2 finger on the next fret, 2 string, 3 on the 4, 4 on the 3, it's going to be in the same strings as an A minor. Your root note is on the 5th string here. Now sometimes there'll be some bars where they want to get a lower sound. They'll add the note up here. It's part of the scale, but it's the low 5th note. So it's like going 4 notes down in a major scale. So I usually don't bar that unless I'm planning on using it to get that low sound. Continuing on with the A voicings, you got the major voicing, you got the minor, you got the 7th with 2 fingers on 1 fret. In that case, the number 3 string is really the objective, an octave, and then of course other voicings that go along with all these.